This what this man is telling America. You show clothes of hush puppy. You do this, so you clothes. You know, so you deputy inspector general of police. What a shame.
99.3 Nigeria Info. With information comes power.
We give you more power with information.
99.3
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. The biggest stories around the world.
3,298 inmates on death row in Nigeria prisons.
All in one platform.
Plans are underway to evacuate Nigerians in Sudan.
Let's talk sport.
Let's talk information, news, and current affairs.
It recommends that INEC should not be a defendant when we have election petitions.
Together, we'll have a great conversation and more.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's
In a world where misinformation runs rampant, one show stands apart from the rest. Get ready to embrace the truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Are you tired of all the noise and speculation in the news? On Hard Fact, we cut through the clutter and get straight to the truth.
If only Fubara has been aware of the boo-boo trap, he would have understood in democracy there are bases for everybody to do accordingly.
Join us as we bring you the stories that matter. We go beyond the headlines to uncover the real facts and the core of every story.
We are doing this, we are doing that. At the end of the day, nothing good will come out. What did they promise us? They will be in charge of security and life and whatever. But what are we getting in return?
With in-depth analysis and experts interviews, Hard Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts.
Happy New Year. I guess that's in order, even though this is not our very first show for the year 2026. But I love you guys, and I'm so excited that we're here together in one piece as we, of course, set the ball rolling for the year 2026 and get ahead of those conversations, bringing you up to speed with what's making the news and what the politicians are politicking about, if there be any such thing. Welcome to Hard Facts. This is the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is my second show, if not third, in the year 2026, and I'm super excited to have you with me. You know, there is no show without you. It's you and I that makes up the show. So thank you to all of you who've called, all you who texted, all those who fought with me last year and started fighting with me already this year. I love you. You make the show what it is. Without all the drama that comes with it, there is no Hard Facts. But thank you all for being part of the conversation. As we get on with today's show, we're starting with the big weekend stories, the stories that have been making headlines all through the weekend, and most importantly, the ones that have debuted today. We're going to be running through a few big weekend stories. I know the biggest is obviously Trump's Venezuela saga. It's interesting. He's also eyeing Greenland and Mexico and Colombia and maybe Cuba. Interesting times, eh? And never have I ever turned on British media and heard the media contemplating that they might have to go to war, or if they want to, protect the Greenland, it means that they would have to come up against the Americans, and also bearing in mind that these Americans have, what do they call those things that they have that they're trying to build here, also in Nigeria? Where they have their armies and their soldiers, they have them in Europe also. And don't forget, Trump is also, not exactly putting in money into the United Nations anymore. He's not necessarily against NATO, but he's not necessarily interested in them anymore. And neither is he interested in the European Union. He seems to be, tunnel vision about whatever he wants, and whatever he wants is what we're yet to understand. For those of us who are watching global politics unfold. Interesting, isn't it? But that doesn't concern us because we have our own problems at home. Remember the children that were kidnapped in Niger? Another one has happened. And I think to myself, really, that do we ever learn? Or do we do everything for the optics, for politics, and not necessarily for posterity? I have come back. All right, we're getting into the big stories for today, and it's because we have a football match at 5:00. My big hard facts will come on the 4:00 hour. So unfortunately, we're not going to have checkpoints today, but don't worry, this next week. But today we're going to start a conversation that you all have been somewhat talking about quietly, but we want to blow it up so that you all can be part of the conversation. What is the fate of opposition politics in this country going forward? Don't forget, this is campaign season. So what are the chances for opposition to actually have a lifeline left in this country? My guests will be joining me on the 4:00 hour, so you can't afford to miss that show. In the meantime, let's go on a quick break, Lagos. Welcome to the show. And this is how we begin our conversations on hard facts. Are you ready? Let's go.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Let's be honest, this isn't the show for the faint-hearted. We don't do PR here. We do truth. We don't repeat headlines. We interrogate them.
If it's power, we question it. If it's policy, we break it down. And if it's propaganda, we cut right through it. Every story, every voice, every fact under the spotlight. Because Nigerians don't need noise, they need clarity. So if you're tired of spin and ready for sense, welcome.
I'm Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk.
The big weekend.
All right, let's get straight into the business for this hour. Let's start with the Daily Trust newspaper. Top story here says, bandits invade Niger market and kill 30, abduct many. All right, let's get into it. No fewer than 30 persons, including women, were killed on Saturday when bandits attacked Kasuwan Daji market in Demo community, Borogu local government area of Niger State. The attackers also carted away foodstuffs and other valuables worth millions of naira before setting the market ablaze. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper gathered that the terrorists stormed the community at about 4 p.m. on Saturday and operated there till the early hours of Sunday. 2026 is going to be a very interesting year. Because an unspecified number of people were also reportedly kidnapped during this attack. A resident of the area who spoke to Daily Trust on telephone said more than 50 people were tied and killed by terrorists who operated without resistance. The attackers were said to have emerged from the national park in Borogo local government area and launched the attack in broad daylight. Can I say that again? Broad daylight. And they operated till morning. No security agencies were found in sight. What's the name of that Niger state governor again? What's his name? The one that says that people that carry dada are the ones that are causing insecurity. What's his name? Someone help me. What's that guy's name? He used to be a member of the House of Representatives. And I used to be one of the people who supported young people becoming governors. But I really don't know about him, because I think he's the same guy who said that preachers would bring their sermons to him so he could vet it before they... What's his name? Someone help me. What's his name? Bago. I think so. That's his name, yes? Bago. He's got his job cut out for him. And there's so many questions that need to be answered. And in this case, I want to ask a very clear question. Could it be the manner in which the body language, let me use that term because we use it a lot in this country. Could it be the body language, the way that the government went about in dealing with the abductions and the return of those who were abducted, I beg your pardon, that gave these people the effrontery, the temerity to do it again, this time more brazenly? And what does that say about when the president opens his mouth and says, oh, I'm ordering you guys to return these people. I'm ordering you. Are we beginning to look like a joke to these militants or bandits or terrorists, whatever you want to call them? Because I'm beginning to wonder what gives them the effrontery to continue to do what they do. Are we now a joke of a sort to them? Let's move away from that. Let's go to the Daily Premium Times newspaper. Top story here says, Fubara's second term will affect me. How Fubara's second term will affect me politically. Wike, by the way, for those of you who've been following, Wike has been really vocal all through the holiday into now. And, you know, remember just before Christmas, I was asking that, why do we have to sit through these unnecessary press conferences that he gives every now and again? He's in front of the television a lot more than the president himself, a lot more than governors. And half the time he's moaning about a governor in his state that he no longer governs. And one would have thought, especially between you and I, would have thought that this Rivers thing would have been put to rest by now and we can move on to brighter issues. But unfortunately, it's still here with us, raising its ugly head yet again. And as you know, the relationship between Fubara and Wike appears to have broken down again after the FCT minister accused the governor of reneging on the terms of the peace deal that was brokered between them by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in June last year. And you wonder to yourself, what would be sponsoring the reasons behind the reneging of the governor in Rivers State? I mean, he just joined the APC. He's just declared that, you know, Tinubu is the best thing after sliced bread. And he's been singing praises of Mr. President over and over and over and again. So you wonder to yourself, was there another deal that was made? Because the drama is about to start again. Could Wike or maybe Fubara be stirring the pot of hot oil yet again? And finally, this one's from the Vanguard newspaper. Industry chiefs and economists warn that major test for the economy is coming in 2026. Yes, I'll give you some background. Chief executives and top economists have warned that Nigeria's economy in 2026 stands at a critical crossroad, with opportunities for higher growth tempered by immediate and real risks. Now, speaking to financial Vanguard business leaders, economists, and capital market operators, they emphasize that while reforms over the past few years have begun to stabilize macroeconomic indicators, challenges such as insecurity, volatile oil prices, pre-election fiscal pressures, and global shocks could easily undermine fragile gains. Now, according to one of them, the chief executive of Stanbic Bank. He says this year when reforms he's saying this is the year where reforms must leave policy documents and enter people's lives. And this is Wale Adeniyi, who's the chief executive of Stanbic IBTC Bank. Otherwise, he says, public patience will wear thin and the fragile recovery could stall before it gains momentum. Now, for those of you who do not recall, last week, the Central Bank of Nigeria released its outlook for the economy in 2026, including gross domestic product of about 4.49%, a moderation in inflation to 12.4%, and external reserves rising to about $51.04 billion. The CBN's projections is based on assumptions which include crude oil averaging about $55 per barrel in 2026, domestic crude production of 1.50 mbpd, the naira averaging about 1,400 to a dollar, PMS prices around 950 naira per litre, and the monetary policy rate and cash reserve ratio maintained at 27% and 45% respectively. But how do we guard against all of these things? Because I really totally support the Stanbic chief executives who's saying it's all fine and dandy when you have these policies on paper, but when it comes to actualizing it, we fail. So maybe we need to start working on that. The best time to start is now. Do we have what it takes? Where is the economic team on all of this? The national economic team that we have, that I think is headed by the vice president, which is normally headed by the vice president, how smart are they to deal with the situation now, as opposed to politicizing every single thing, including our economy? I mean, they have their job cut out for them. But let me play you a quick video before we go on our first break. Here's Wike talking about his situation with Fubara. Play you a quick video. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. I think I can hear myself in the background. Okay, let's go.
We'll soon start politics. I didn't say you should be involved. Don't be involved. Allow us to play our politics. Stay as a traditional ruler. I don't want anybody to say tomorrow, oh, you are putting your hand, don't put hand. But that does not mean that you don't have anybody to support your buying. But allow us to play our game. If there's any problem, you call us to settle. But I want to tell you that it will not be business as usual again. All of us have taken decision on what to do. So I believe those of them who are children will tell you the decision we have taken, just for your ears, not for you to participate.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's a season of giving. Nigeria Info FM and Mommy Gift want you to join us in giving. Give your old books, old school bags, old shoes, and you can give new ones too. All you have to do is bring them to our office at plot 267A, Timian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. And in the new year, we will deliver to the less privileged. It's the Mommy Gift Initiative, supported by Nigeria Info FM. Start donating your gifts today. For more information, call 080-999-20254. That is 080-999-20254.
Get ready for the second regional finals of the Abduct Secondary School Debate Tournament, Season 9. The nation's most brilliant young minds are gearing up once again. Are you ready to join them? Registration for the live audition opens December 11th, 2025 and closes January 10th, 2026. Think your school has what it takes to stand out on the biggest secondary school debate platform in the country? Here's how to be part of it. Visit www.nigeriainfofm to register. Or head to our X and Instagram pages and click on the registration link in our bio. Note, only schools can register directly, not individual students. Don't miss your chance to be part of this exciting intellectual showdown. I beg to differ, where the leaders of tomorrow raise their voices today. From breaking headlines to the conversations around it, this is 99.3.
Why is it that the terrorists are killing us over 14 years? They could not sweep to action.
Because you would think if there was a government in this state, in this area, there is an expected disposition.
Security is everybody's duty. Where I'm staying, I've never even seen a policeman.
BFCC detains ex-AGF Balami.
Governor wants to come from one party to the other. That's all they focus on.
Imagine it was PDP that is rolling over 2024 budget. What the APC people have done in the I cannot waste my time to go to the polling booth to vote again anymore. It is over.
Stay informed, stay aware, join the conversation. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts.
And we're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Join the conversation. Post your comments on all the stories that we're talking about today. If you do have an opinion, we'd love to hear from you. On WhatsApp, it's 0809597585. You could also join the conversation. On X, use the hashtag Hard Facts. If you're listening from outside of the country, you want to join the conversation, you can also be part of the conversation by calling our WhatsApp line. Only if you're in the diaspora, then are you allowed to call us. But these are the stories we're looking at. Bandits invading Niger State, and I've already, painted a picture, and I'm wondering, could it be because of how we handled, the abductions and the return and the shadiness around it? Could it be the reason for the audaciousness of these terrorists to go about it again and do it in broad daylight and go at it for hours till night? And where were security agencies? Where were they? Where? Questions begging for answers. And most importantly, the fight between Fubara and Wike. Here we go again. Yes, I did play you a clip of Wike telling a traditional ruler in the state to stay out of it. Here's what Fubara had to say.
They can come to the media and dance. When they go behind, they cry. It's the truth. We don't know how to dance. We say it the way it is and stand tall.
Okay, yes. And I'm wondering, who's stirring the pot this time? Is it Wike? Is it Fubara? And where does this end? When does it end? Because there's that argument that you can't go for a second term. That was the agreement. But then who can tell us what the agreement was between Fubara and the president when he recently visited him before he moved on to the APC? Interesting. And most importantly, the economy stares us in the face. What are we going to do better to deal with the economy? And while we're talking about insecurity, here's a clip of a group of people. By the way, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can see the clip. Here's a clip of people who are protesting against the Donald Trump government and the strikes that occurred in, is it Sokoto? Apparently they're not happy. By the way, who did the strike, the American strike? I guess the Americans need to respond to us. This strike, who did it kill? Can we tell at least 5 Boko Haram or ISIS or ISWAP members that were killed in this attack, the strikes that was carried out by the Donald Trump administration? Or is it a hush-hush thing? I'm just curious. But here's that clip, guys.
No, Allah. Gashi nan shege tsinanni, Allah ya tsine uwarsa. Yawwa, masha Allah. Ga shugaba nan.
So that's a clip of people just walking and carrying, something that looks like Donald Trump, obviously saying they're not happy with the strikes. One would have thought that these strikes were in answer to those who were calling for the U.S. to come save us. Have we been saved? 02077099302014657190. You can join the conversation on Facebook and on YouTube. We are live on X. Use the hashtag HardFact, and on WhatsApp it's 0809597585. You've got 60 seconds. Please stick to it. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Maryann speaking to you from Ekpe.
Go ahead.
Something has to be done about our economy, because many of the unrest, across the world, sometimes starts from the economy. Because even in Venezuela, the people really do not care much, about Maduro's dictatorship. They are feeling more of the economy hardship, and that is where there seems to be celebration, of his capture, by the U.S. In Iran today, their currency is 1.4 million naira to 1.4 million to $1. It's just like Nigerian currency becoming $1 becoming 1.4 million naira. Imagine, no government will be able to stand that. That is why there is protest also in Iran today. So the government of Nigeria should focus on the economy. And then for Rivers politics, I hope the 2027 election, won't claim lives of Rivers people. Because the route these politicians are going again, the signal they are beginning to start, it's not good for the optics at all. So the president, anytime we tell him to rein Wike in, he seems rather be done even for the worst. So I don't even know who to call on to again.
Thank you very much for calling. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Samuel calling from Ogun State.
Go ahead, Samuel.
Yeah, you see, regarding, I don't know where to even start from. Regarding U.S. Intervening, U.S. operations in Nigeria, yes, I've been one of those who support their interventions. My grandma died just of this at the age of 115 years, 103 years old, and I know how I felt. I know how the people choked me, how the pain and the loss. That one, an old woman, she don't old reach that instant to. I wept and everything. Not to talk of people. Life being wasted daily. It may not even be US. It could be Russia. It could be China. It could be any foreign nation to intervene, because the situation
why do we need another country to intervene? Why can't our government deal with insecurity?
What has our government been doing?
What is Tinubu's job and the governor's jobs? What is their job?
Considering the fact that they have paid woefully, and you are aware of that, would you keep silent and seeing your brothers, your relatives being slaughtered daily? You if your people, if any of your relatives, they are, would you be saying what you are saying? Everybody criticizing coming into Nigeria.
Right,
I just repeat. That is what I need. People like
Thank you very much for calling, because your line is a bit tricky, but I heard the interesting point that you've made, which is obviously for the sake of those who have become victims of this terrorists, something has to be done. But when we take the responsibility of our government and give it to another government, why do we need our government? Their primary purpose is to make sure that we're safe. The moment we take that responsibility and give it to another government, what does that say? And I'm not saying that you can't, have some sort of collaborations, but it's only when you've tried everything within your power and then you now say, you know what, I can't do it by myself. Maybe I need the UK, I need the US, I need Russia. But does it seem to you that the government is even trying as much, and they have somewhat what's the word now? Just that they have tried everything in their power. Everything, and then failed. Then decide that, okay, US, you need to help us. In a case where a government sits somewhere and says, these people, I don't think they want to do anything about this insecurity, so let's teach them a lesson. That's a totally different case. So why do we have a government that seems somewhat reluctant? They pay lip service to wanting to deal with the issue, but in actuality, we're not seeing it. Why do we have to give their responsibility to another? That's my question. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Uzoma.
Hi, Uzoma. Go ahead, please.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
So my take is this. I don't know why some people are allergic to this. Whenever the eye is trouble. Can somebody be a minister at Abuja and at the same time be a governor of Rivers State? No. Fubara, the case has taken place, and Fubara has removed himself from PDP to avoid trouble and go to APC. And the APC members gave him 001. Then the minister now is quarreling again with them. And they say that Fubara is free to go for second term. And the whole world said that Fubara is going to go for second term. Fubara must go for second term.
Well, but what the minister is saying, that wasn't the agreement. That the agreement was that he was not going to run for a second term.
But I know, but the agreement...
How do you know? Were you there?
Excuse me, what I want to say. I'm only saying my feelings. Okay. The agreement must be between him and his Oga, the president, that is always reporting to. And secondly, again, the minister is now bringing his son out now. Is he now fighting for his son to become the governor of Rivers State? Nothing we cannot see in this country. Or what? Everywhere is going now. He's just handling that boy as a handbag. They go up and down, up and down. My own take is that they should allow Rivers to have peace.
All right.
We shall allow Fubara to have peace.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. 60 seconds, guys. Let's stick to 60 seconds. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Turn off your radio.
Hello, Maryann.
Turn off your radio. I'll tell you one time.
It's off. Oh. Are you hearing me?
60 seconds.
Okay. This is the one of Odogolu. You see, in this Rivers issue, I don't think Fubara will go second time. In the sense that they are minority. You cannot compare Calabari with Ikwere because they are the majority. So that is where Nweke is getting his power. So let him just forget about the second time. Then the issue of which you said that the Boko Haram attack the market. The issue is that the governor, they are not care to protect anybody. They know what is happening. But next year, something different will happen, that we push everybody to fight for themselves.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello. All right, do call me back because it seems like you're in a conference and you're calling me. Hello.
Good afternoon, Maryann. Amakam.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Joy from Liba. How was your weekend?
Good. I can't complain.
So, my sister, this killing, look at in Niger. That's Niger State. It's Abu Salam State. That is IBB State. The way these people are killing innocent souls is getting out of hand. It's not good now. And we have presidents and we have people, there and there. And that state, I don't know. They should try. They should try to find a way so that this killing should stop. This is 2026. What happened 2025 has started happening in 2026. Is this how we are going?
Thank you for calling.
As my people used to say, who will be the next? God help us. We are in his hand.
All right. Thank you. God has given you people everything. You people should leave this God alone now. Leave him alone. hold your leaders, hold your president, your governors. They are the ones that God has given power to make sure that you are safe. What are they doing with that power is the question. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Hello, Obi. How are you?
My name is Ndubisi.
Oh, Ndubisi, sorry. You sound like
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my sister. Happy New Year. Maryann, to start with the North, my sister, he asked a question, should have our president. Maryann, we don't have government. Maryann, we don't have government in this country.
But in reality, you do have government. You have government.
Maryann, please, Maryann, please, I know we're on the air. We have to mind our statement. Maryann, after the radio station, just sit on your own. Think about yourself, about this country. These people, they are there for their pocket to loot this country, to keep for their 5 generations to come. The generation where they never born. That is what they're after. They don't care for anybody. But one thing I want to tell the Northerners is that they have the forces, they have the leaders. They are the one that have been ruling this country from 1950 today. They have to find solution for themselves.
All right.
They know the problem. They know the problem.
All
Let them solve it for themselves. They know the problem.
Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you, my sister.
I don't think that the people per se can solve this problem because it's terrorism. It's the government of the people. I understand where you're coming from. They need to hold their governments to account. Are we ready to hold our governments to account? I mean, even the slightest things, we politicize it. Something as simple as a pothole. So are we ready? Or we'll just keep letting America dictate to us what they want to happen in our country? Or maybe next time it might be Russia or China. Who knows? Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's Akigo on the line.
Hi, Ahiwe. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, the Queen of Sheba 9 in Nigeria, Ifo International. More blessings. Okay. What that last caller said, not the man, the second to the last, that the Abu Salam, he was indicted as being one of those that shipped a weapon to Nigeria for fighting among the Boko Haram. And then Gumi also is a part of them from that Niger. And that is where Babangida is. But it will be better for Tinubu to make investigation. What do they really want? The what they call it, the Boko Haram or the kidnappers? And it is time to call them. If Gumi can go and talk to them face to face.
Why do we have to negotiate with terrorists? Why do we need to call them and ask them what they want? Why? Why are they killing people? We should. They're killers. Do you ask a killer why he killed someone?
Should we leave them to continue killing those that are harmless?
Well, we should be killing them.
That are innocent.
We should be killing
them. So let the government intervene and ask them. Well, if they cannot be face to face with Tinubu, let Gumi. God is a friend to them. Gumi first report that they say what they want, government did not give them their share. And then the northern governor, the specialist is going to Dubai and going to what they call it, their Muslim part to go and establish there.
All right.
And then leaving them in hunger.
All right.
You know the meaning of Boko Haram now. The book, the education they receive is a harm against their subject.
All right. Thank you, Ahigbe, for calling. I just wanted you to land, and because I kept interjecting, that's why I gave you extra time. I don't understand how I'll come home one day, God forbid, and someone's hacked my children to death. And I know the person. He's not hiding. He's in plain sight, and he's telling me, well, I hacked your children to death because I didn't want education. Now, that's Boko Haram. Now, these terrorists, the new sets of them, have no ideology whatsoever. They just kidnap, ask us to pay money, and then release them, sometimes kill them. They just go into places and just cause mayhem. So I'm supposed to just fold my arms and ask them, so what exactly do you want after they've killed my kids? And they keep doing it and get away with it because they know that I'm just going to keep saying, so what do you want? So do you want money? Now they know that all I do is, throw money at them. So they continue because that's now some sort of money-making business for them. Isn't that stupidity? Isn't it? Welcome to Hard Facts. Good afternoon. I am so sorry. Do call me back. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Miriam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Godwin from Malta.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Miriam, for the Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Miriam, during there was during the suspension of about River State crisis I want to talk about. During the suspension of Fubara, on a morning crossfire, I called Kofi one time like that. I told him that when people they were blaming Fubara for taking a fight against Wike, knowing that he's going to fail. I said, even though if Fubara come back and he happen to decamp to APC and he want to fight Wike again, I will support him. And this is exactly as I predicted, and this is what is happening. Fubara cannot open his mouth now and said he want to fight Wike without the backing of the governance forum of the APC, and even without the backing of the presidency. I just want people to look at that, because this Wike should be very careful now, because for Fubara to come back and decided to go against him again, you should know that there is something at his back. That's what I just want to say.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it. I want to read some messages as they're coming in, okay? All right, let's start with YouTube. Coffee Renner here says, hi, I think the Maduro issue concerns us. USA has a playbook that they apply in countries that have questionable government. Who can stand up to the USA? Maybe Africa at some point. Let's dream. But yes, like you said, questionable leadership. I mean, Ghana has said to them, look, that thing that you did with Maduro, it contravenes international laws. Several other countries have spoken up about it, China being one of those, and several other countries, obviously. But when you have questionable government, they might not be able to speak up about nothing because they've got skeletons, maybe thousands of them, locked in a closet. I said that to say that I agree with you to a point. Because like just 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, we talked about the new security strategy of the United States and how it affects Europe, other countries, and Africa, and how it expressly talks about resources. It's playing out in real time, isn't it? Let's go to X. Joy Forever here says, people are being kidnapped and killed. The only agenda in politicians' mind is to defect to the APC. Bago is a youth. Federal government is not ready to fight insecurity. Wike wants to turn himself into a godfather, thinking he can manipulate others. Bat will sack Wike. No governance in the country again, Joy says. Tafiano from Kano here says, Wike is taking Rivers politics for granted. He should please leave Governor Fubara alone and govern his state uninterrupted. Thank you for your message. When you're sending me a message on X, use the hashtag hard facts. Let me go to WhatsApp quickly and do justice to those messages. Sean here says, the National Orientation Agency has 1,000,001 job to do. The situation in the country has degraded to a point that we don't even value life again. In a situation where you wake up every day to hear statistics or see videos or scores of dead people, we just look past it like it's another day gone by our government. And our government is not ready to fight the terrorists. Every day the president is always giving matching orders. Yeah, our matching orders president. Yeah, as if it was deja vu kill. Give matching orders repeatedly as if it's music that is playing on repeat. Function, imagine, on time, someone came to tell us that bombs cannot penetrate bushes and leaves, and nobody came out to ask why. Who's the person? Aya here says, insecurity will not abate because Tinubu only cares for his second term. It shows their boldness to go to the same place to kidnap again. Police claim that they cannot trace any crime. The economy is not looking good, he says, because the benchmark for oil is higher than projected by the National Assembly. Trump will remove more leaders. People demonstrating against Trump don't know themselves. Wike has pressed self-destruction button. Okay, thank you. This one says, Wike will soon become political orphan. This is from Idara. Now, wow. Y'all are just salty today about Wike. Leave him alone now. Ugo from Ali Masha here says, Hordes of protesters have occupied streets in Tehran to vent their anger at soaring inflation and a weak currency that sank by over 7% in one day, crashing to 1.4 million riyals to a dollar. Can this happen in Nigeria? Second base, Jerry. Someone should check Tinubu's BP, please, because of Peter Obi's defection to the ADC. Ugo, there are those who think that it's inconsequential, and so Tinubu's not going to lose sleep over it. I'd like to hear your thoughts, though. This one here says, Wike Fubara crisis again. This time around, Wike may go the way of Adams Oshomole with Obaseki, whereby Oshomole was asked to resign as APC chairman. Comrade Daniel Onobume. Okay. Matthias here says, compliments of the season, thank you. It's a big shame and disgrace that the government of the day led by Tinubu and the president or the present legislature could not enforce any law to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians in this country. People are killed, abducted and kidnapped every day, and they don't have political will to stop it. While Tinubu is busy moving from one country to another, enjoying himself, and governors are busy sharing and investing oil subsidy funds in foreign accounts, truly, they are shameless, disgrace and wicked leaders. God will deliver Nigerians from their wicked rulership. Can you believe God alone? He's on sabbatical from Nigeria because he has seen that we don't want to help ourselves. So please, God is trying to help the people of Iran and the children that have been killed in Palestine and those people that are hungry in Ukraine. And he's also here in Sudan and, of course, Somalia and Somaliland. He's there trying to, he's also in DRC. But you see us, second base. Yes, I was talking about the military base. Yes, there's so many military bases in Europe. So if Europe was to decide that they were going to go to war to preserve Greenland from America annexing it, it'll be an interesting thing to see. Yeah, he says Niger State Governor is Mohammed Umar Bago. Yes, thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. Christopher here says Tinubu should flush out his backbenchers because 2027 may be difficult for him. Christopher from Satellite Town. Chris. Okay, thank you for your message. This one here says we're in a big mess, period. Chris Okeke sent us that message. More messages. This one says all these media people that are always present in Wike's media chat, does it mean that they don't have another thing to do or what? This is a new year. They better be serious. Fortune Okoli. Apparently, I think he pays for the time. And do you know how much it costs for some people to have a one hour of live outside broadcast? I think it's about 10 million. I guess they need to pay salaries. I'm just saying. Okay, this one here is from Robert, and Robert says, are there many Maduros here in Africa? Trump, over to you. Or you're saying that there are many Maduros here in Africa? Really? You think that what Trump is doing is legal in terms of international law? You're just happy that he's doing what he's doing because you like Trump. Imagine if someone were to march into the US and pick Trump and say that, oh, well, he did this, he did that, so let's take him away. Would you like it? It's a conversation, it's a debate. So have the US actually, infringed on the rights of the people of Venezuela or not? It's a conversation that needs to be had. We'll take a very short break and we'll be right back to take more of your messages. Stay with us.
We talk about the big stories and more.
Nigeria's newly appointed service chiefs have officially assumed duty, promising fresh strategies.
It's not just a proposal. What about enforcement?
Our judiciary has made a laughing mock center.
So why these people will leave the main problem and look for the one that is not important?
I've rendered homeless now. They can just go to places. Is that what the government is saying?
A system that has become so corrupt that men have sold their souls for bread.
Proposes 6 new states. I thank the nation for not using the word approve.
How will that people feel? And how will they think? How will they want to see this country?
It's as if we are dead psychologically.
Because there is that propensity for officers to become political.
Everywhere you look in Nigerian football are feeling spectacular.
It's your station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, I've got 3 minutes on the clock. I'm going to read a few more messages and then I'll move on. Robert continues to say the people of River State gave Wike the guts to be misbehaving in their state. They make him acquire so much power to himself like Pharaoh. Did he sign any agreement with anybody to rule for one term during his time? Wike is like a small god in his eyes in River State. Okay. This one here says, stop believing that your government is trying and that something has been done. They're just not interested because of politics, religion, and tribalism. At this point, the poor masses should cry out for external help. Let's get this into our heads, for goodness sake. No questions here. Hapa, you just aired a voice clip of your leaders struggling for power and politics, even in the midst of chaos and insecurity. Does that not send a message to you? Uche from Wilshire. This one's from Jaja, and he says, when President Trump offered to help us with this insecurity, we waved the sovereignty card. What exactly is the purpose of our sovereignty? Because the sovereignty of Nigeria is very clear, even to the blind. The federal government of Nigeria is using their sovereignty to defend and protect terrorists. The government of Nigeria, whose sole purpose is the protection of lives and property of Nigerians, is rather protecting the lives and properties of terrorists. It's also unfortunate that right now the government of Nigeria is a government of terrorists. I don't know about that. I do not. But let's take another call. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Maryann.
Hi, Maduka. How are you?
I'm okay. Tinubu, I know that politicians are self-centered, but Tinubu is another class. He just focused on that 2027. Wike is a gunner. He's working with Fubara. Just like in Anambra, he sidetracked APC and worked with Soludo. That's how he works. Now he has gone to Kanu, sidetracked everything, is working with the governor. The only fallout will be how Wike will react. He's going to fight like an elephant in the room, destroy everything, all the China, So if he does that, I don't know whether Tinubu will prosecute him, because he's going to say things. And you might be interested. It might be to our benefit as Nigerians. And I hope it becomes to our benefit. They let them scatter, and we'll watch and learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Maduka, for calling. I always say that Wike is like that friend that you keep being friends with them. Even if they hurt you, you just keep being friends with them. Because if you had told them something in a moment of, vulnerability, the moment you fight with him, he lays it out bare. Nothing. The knives are out. So, I would love to see that fight all the way to the presidency. It would be interesting. We would hear stuff that we didn't think we would hear. Yeah, am I right? Here, Samuel says, Wike's power will soon become powder and breeze will blow it away. Let him keep roaring. Okay. Walu Patrick here is saying that they killed 42, not 30. Okay, Walu, are you from Niger State? Thank you very much for your post. Well, we've got to go. On the other side of the clock, Solomon Dalong joins me as we talk about the future of opposition politics in this country. Or are we just all going to pander to the center come 2027? Is there any hope for anything, any party or anyone who calls themselves opposition in this country? It's a great conversation. You don't want to miss it. Still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon. Stay with us.
Welcome to the home of conversations.
Federal government secures release of 100 kidnapped school children.
Swift and the explicit.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.